live on a beautiful Monday morning. The weather is nice here in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, to all of my out of town viewers. And once again, if you're unsure about what today is Monday, November 2nd, 2015. And hello to all my replay viewers as well. You guys will be able to hear this on the radio station and how to access the radio station and hear all the wonderful music that keeps me personally pumped and driving towards my success, visit the website marcushartenterprises.com. That's marcushartenterprises.com. And then you want to click on where it says Marcus Hart Enterprises presents Transform You Radio. Listen now. And when you click on that, it's going to take you right to the radio station link, and you can be able to join in, listen to this recording at 10:30 Central Standard Time, or if you miss it, it does replay again later on the night. And in between time, there's plenty of awesome music that we all should be listening to start pumping our blood and getting our blood ready and going so that we can tackle some of these things that we want to tackle and be able to move away and forward from a lot of the nasty stuff that we don't want to carry on into the 2016 year. So today's programming is actually a special one because what I'm doing for the next 30 days, we go on day by day through my book. We're going to go day by day through each chapter. Um, and we're going, if you guys are not aware, the book that I published and wrote is 30 Days to Transform Mentally and Spiritually. Many people like to call it a daily meditation or a daily devotion to get themselves transformed and away from all of the junk they think they've been dealing with. But what I call it and what I refer to it as, I refer to it as more of a plan. It's a 30-day plan to get you going and to get you, moving away from the way you were maybe a moment ago, maybe it was a year ago, maybe it was just a few months ago, maybe it was yesterday, whatever it may be, we are going to start claiming some transformation right away. I hope all who are listening is ready for some transformation. Thus the reason for the show name, Transform You. Okay, so I'm going to start off by, just telling a brief little story about me so that you are familiar with me and a little bit about where I come from. So, my name is Minister Dr. Marcus Hart, and I was actually ordained non traditionally through an online website. Online church rather. It's actually a physical church. They have a physical church too, but the name of the church is Universal Life Church Monastery. And the Universal Life Church Monastery, what I like best about them, I like the fact that they are non-discriminatory and that they cater to all religions. They have a Christian base, but they have the ability to connect with other uh, people who are not fully in faith or or serving God in a different way. Uh, and I thought that was the best place for me to get ordained at. I actually took some courses in college as well. I went through college at Concordia University and also Cardinal Stretch and studied theology. But I did not want to get ordained through those schools. I because I wanted to not restrict myself to being able to relate to just Christians. I wanted to be able to relate to all people. Okay, so that's just a little idea of how my ministry credentials came about. I'm also a veteran, a Iraq War veteran. I did one tour in Iraq, '06 through '07. And really, all of my problems began to happen and began to snowball for me when I made my exit from my deployment over in Iraq and I came back home. I started going through a lot of issues, and a lot of those issues were in uh, in my career, or as I began to try to aspire for some type of career. But I had a lot of jobs, and I was really unsure about what it is I love doing or what it is that I wanted to do. And then I also struggled a lot in relationships. I mean, I had some straight up horrible relationships. But I look back to all of those relationships now, and I'm like very thankful for them. I'm like looking at them now as more of like stepping stones to new chapters in my life and grooming me to be able to know what I know now to help others. Because there's a lot of people out there who have failed in their relationships, and it's a lot of people who have failed in their professional life, and it's very hard to recover. But I am very fortunate enough, and I thank my divine God for that I was able to you know hit all the way rock bottom, find myself in a dark place where there was no help, no support, nobody to give me any type of direction whatsoever. But I began doing something that I never thought I would be able to do, and that's minus the psychiatric drugs that I was on, because I had been diagnosed with a ton of different mental health disorders. It was so many different things I was suffering from. They just classified me as having a collection of different mental health disorders. They said, hey, he has he has mental health disorders, and they didn't want to rule out anything because I was pretty toe up and messed up. I'm talking about anger issues, constant depression, suicide attempts, and all of those things landed me in a psychiatric ward. I spent time in the VA dormitory that serves strictly for vets who suffer from PTSD and other various mental health disorders. I also found myself in the county mental health facility. I mean, I was really toe up and messed up. I guess I can best compare it to if you were to take some ketchup and just squirt it all around a room, and then followed by just flipping over everything inside of the house and taking everything out of drawers and just running it all over the house. Yeah, so that was me, just messy. And like I said, I began to do something while confined in some of these places, and especially when I found myself in prison too. When I found myself in prison, um, I really, it really hit home, because that was like the worst possible outcome. It was the worst case scenario, so to speak. So I began to really just start looking within, and I really started processing some of the things that I was suffering from. I looked at it and began to process it. So with that much said, we're going to go into the book now, and I'm going to begin to tell you a little bit about what I'm talking about. So in the preface part of my book, it says that, I'm just going to read a couple of sentences. It says that before anyone faces death on this earth, it is a desire of both the mind and spirit to get it right. Whatever the it is, and I put quotation marks around that, whatever the it is for people to get right, you can almost guarantee it will require a pivotal change in one's own life to accomplish that desire. And then I'll go on farther to say that, like, how long are we expecting this process of change to take? Are we literally talking like months? Are we talking years? Are we talking days? Because that's the important part of it, because when people are uh, unaware of how long it's going to take them to make a change, because right away, they say, well, I got to change, right? I got to make this transformation in my life, right? But, exactly how long it's going to take, because that could be a long process. That process can, very well, take, my whole entire life. And that causes people immediately to get scared. They get scared, and then it causes procrastination or just complete failure. They start suffering from failure. Okay, so we have to you know uh, take some responsibility and some accountability for the things that we are processing and dealing with. Okay. Um, See, because the thing is, when we quit on our lives, when we begin to quit on making that conscious effort, to realize our own potential, it's basically the same as being a ghost on Earth. You know, excuse me. And this is the feeling that I had. I felt like a ghost. I didn't know who I was anymore. So we don't want to reach that far deep into what we're dealing with, things that are unanswered. So we going to scroll all the way down here and look at 30 days to go. So we're counting up versus counting down and backwards because I have a hard time being able to count up. So um, I'm going to uh, we're going to look at 30 days to go. Yep, yep, yep. Uh, 30 days to go. 30 days to go. Okay, so 30 days to go, and this is once again, this is day one of transforming mentally and spiritually. We're not counting backwards, we're counting up. And keep in mind that I use a lot of biblical scriptures. I use a lot of biblical scriptures, but I don't use them in a way to try to convert you into Christianity. If you did happen to convert to Christianity, hallelujah. But I want you to know that I'm not in any way, shape, or form trying to force, my religion on you. And I don't look at it as a religion. Like I look at it as more as a lifestyle. I am what I am and who I am. So I'm just putting the warning out there. So you're gonna hear some references to the Bible. But this is to, basically start our point in the beginning of each meditation, or the plan, as I call it. You know, okay. So it says, do not be angry and frustrated. Do not fret. That only leads to trouble. And that comes out of the 37 number of Psalms. That's chapter 37 in Psalms, verse 8. And that's read out of the New International Version of the Bible. Okay? So when we are angry, or whenever we are in the state of confusion, or we get worried, we are actually taking years off our longevity of life. We losing years. That's not good. You want to be able to live as long as you want to, right? And life becomes less enjoyable, especially when we are constantly feeling these emotions. You can't enjoy life like the way you want to. You can't experience the fullness of all the regular happy emotions and positive emotions that we supposed to feel while we on this earth. you know and once again, we also leave our problems um, not processed when we are constantly in a state of anger, confusion, or worry. We can't process anything. And when you take away your ability to process, you're also taking away your ability to be open to learning from the experiences that you are faced with at the present moment. But I believe firmly that if you have a brain, which many people don't act like they got a brain sometimes, you can believe that. Some people act very empty headed, uh, very much like the scarecrow off the Wizard of Oz. But but if you have a brain, unless you are dead, there is still some level of intelligence available. You still can be open to learning from different experiences. Okay, and that means also that you are still aware on some level of consciousness, and you have the ability to obtain wisdom from any situation. And that's what we want to do. That's how we begin to make some changes and make some things happen when we uh, start becoming more aware and start being able to have the ability to obtain wisdom. Okay, so what the book suggests, it says the first thing you should do, what you should do today is choose to love. Okay. Now, if you've been hating yourself for all this time, or you've been hating others for a long time, it's not going to be very easy to, or for you to demonstrate an act of love. But I'm asking that you choose to love. Why? Because love is positive. And when you give it to yourself, you're going to feel it in your mind, body, and spirit. You know, Once again, because love is positive, when you give it to yourself, you're going to feel it. You're going to feel it in your mind, body, and spirit. Why? Because we are energy beings. And anything, as the law says, anything positive that is given to an energy source, it's going to create a positive output. Anything negative that's given added into a energy source, it's going to create a negative output. So let's start choosing simply to love. It may be hard. I know it's hard to simply say I love you to someone, or I love you to yourself if you've been struggling with that. But if you just say, well, today I choose to love. Okay, so you make a mental note to yourself to just simply choose to love. And in the book, in our day one, we're gonna also activate what I call, or what we know of, the positive affirmation. So there's a positive affirmation we should be saying throughout this entire day, right? It says, "Today I press reset on everything. Today I press reset on everything. Today is a new day. Today is a new day." And I'm going to read that whole entire positive affirmation that we should be using throughout the day in one sentence. It says, "Today I press reset on everything. Today is a new day. Today I press reset on everything. Today is a new day." So we want to use that positive affirmation throughout the day for day one of transforming. And we want to remember to just make a mental note to ourselves. We don't have to say it out loud. We just, simply say it to ourselves or make a mental note that we choose to love, because love is positive. Okay, I do thank all of you for listening in and joining me here. And if you are viewing this on Hangouts or YouTube on the live broadcast, it's been great. You guys who are out there, my YouTube viewers and Google Hangouts viewers, you guys got a chance to see me walk around, move around, and stuff. Okay. Now, once again, this will be added to the replay on my radio station, Transform You Radio. And the best way to access that radio station is by visiting my website at marcusenterprises.com. That's marcusenterprises.com. And then you want to click on the little picture of where it says Marcus Hart presents Transform You Radio with the headphones. It's going to have headphones underneath that, and it says Listen Now. When you click on that, it's going to take you right to the actual radio station, online radio station, and you'll be able to listen to some great music and also be able to hear this replay if you missed anything, or if you feel like you need to hear it over, or if you want to share with friends. Okay, feel free to share this. I encourage you to make sure you share. Say to let people know that you hear some awesome information. Also available to contact directly. My email is marcushart414@gmail.com. That's marcushart414@gmail.com. Okay, you guys have been great once again. Make sure you have a wonderful day. Many blessings, peace, and love to everyone. Thank you.